We have a first-time chatter here, Parashuram 20. Thank you so much for your question. So it started out, I was just wondering, what do you mean when you say Asian? Because countries like Russia or, say, India also fall in the continent Asia. So I was just wondering. And my answer was, we mean the racial category of Asian in America. It's often blended with the ethnicity or nationality of having ancestors from and or having citizenship with a country on the Asian continent. And so it was a follow-up question. So what is this race Asian? Who are they? And I think maybe you could try clearing that up a little bit for us.
I love it. Good. Yeah. Asian American certainly is this. It's a hot topic the past few years because we do recognize that it's such a large continent that encapsulates a lot of countries, so very many different cultures and ethnicities and races within that one continent. So Asian is no, you whoever that is. I don't know if they're being, whatever, but
Oh no, I think this is a genuine point and genuine
it's a
question.
genuine point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Asian American, kind of label has certainly been looked at closer over the years. It's where you get things like API, where you get Asian American Pacific Islander, Asian American Native Hawaiian Islander, so you get all these different, Southeast Asian as opposed to rest of Asia. So yeah, no, that's totally a fair point. It's kind of the shorthand way of saying, uh, probably I would say a lot of people don't mean Russia, but they might. But yeah, there's so many um, ethnicities and races even that the Asian American label tries to cover. Um, and I'm all for relabeling, and I appreciate the work and even the scholarship that's going into that, trying to figure out, how to be more specific. I do try to say for myself that I'm Korean American, when that's called for. I try to keep it to my specific country of origin. That way, it does kind of get away from making broad general statements about an entire continent of people.
But I think, right, I see this is where ethnicity and nationality and race intersect, right? Because
yes.
These broad generalizations, they're racial stereotypes, mostly. Most of them. I would say it could get more complicated depending, like Korean versus Japanese versus Chinese cultural things, right? But in terms of the stereotyping, it's very racialized, especially in America and around the world. But I think that in America, right, we have these racial categories to group people together in order for various means of control. And, and then, as you said, where issues flare up, like, for instance, a global pandemic happens and the president of the United States decides to name it after an Asian country, and then a bunch of Asian people are now under threat of violence because of that.
Yeah.
It doesn't really, no one's questioning, wait, are you Korean? Are you from China?
Right.
No one cares at that point. They'll just see a target, I remember, I believe it was Liam Neeson who said after his relative got beaten up, he asked, what race were they? Of course, why was that his first question? I don't know, but it was a black person. Right. He said he started stalking the streets looking for a black person, like any black person. So, these kind of ways that racism can be inflamed and then lead you to be a target, I think that is a different kind of categorization of Asian than when we're talking about someone from a specific, like Korean American, like you're Asian because
Yeah.
your ancestry is from Korean. And I think it's really important to make that distinction for people because I don't think people know the difference. And I think, and I don't blame anyone for that because it's been purposefully made to be unclear to
Yeah.
people. But the reality is, the race based, I guess you could say, Asian is radically different from being culturally Asian in America, being culturally Asian in an Asian country,
Right.
I
Right.
mean, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All of these things are related but different concepts. And thanks for watching. For access to the full-length conversation and all of the 2-hour-long unedited conversations that I've had on race, click the support link in the description below. Thanks for your support and see you next time.